question. Our phone panel has an answer for you right now. They are taking your calls live until 10 o'clock this morning. Free advice on foreclosure-related questions. All you have to do is call 407-942-8000. Again, 407-942-8000 until 10 o'clock this morning. Those phones have been ringing off the hook this morning.
Yeah, a lot of people need help. And again, it's free. Free advice. When are you going to be able to get an attorney on the line?
To talk for free?
Yeah.
Good luck.
And to talk for free, yeah, too. But, yeah, even reach one, right?
All right, let's talk about what's going on. Banks own thousands of homes in Central Florida. And if you're concerned that your house could be next, Fox 35 is here to help.
Yeah, coming up at 8:30, we are talking live with the folks from KEL Law Firm to get your foreclosure questions answered. You can do it right now. Put them to work. You can call the number. The number is
407-942-8000. Again, 407-942-8000. That's the number to call. We'll be right back.
Staggering. Last month alone, Central Florida was home to more than 14,000 bank-owned properties. So if you have questions, talk about free advice, the attorneys, this team behind me from KEL are here to help you with the free advice. Here's the number. Let's give it to you. 407-942-8000. Again, 407-942-8000. And joining us now live, Matt Englert, attorney Matt Englert. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, so what kind of questions are you getting from people calling in?
We're getting a lot of people who are behind on their mortgage but aren't quite into foreclosure yet, and they're wondering, what can I do? And so oftentimes what we'll do is sit down with you and tell you whether or not you can qualify for a loan modification. If you can, we can get you into that program and you can avoid a foreclosure. If you don't, there are other alternatives. For instance, there's what's called the HAFA program.
Right.
If you qualify for that, you can do what's called a deed in lieu or a short sale, and you can get out of the deficiency that you may end up owing the bank. So there are options to avoiding foreclosure, and you may qualify for one of them.
And Matt, some people out there might be wondering, how, if I'm in foreclosure, can I afford an attorney?
Well, keep in mind, a lot of these people are not, they're living in the home and they're not making a mortgage payment.
Good point.
And the fee that we charge is a flat fee, and so you don't pay us by the hour to do it. So it's really very affordable when you look at it over a year period, because if you look at it on a monthly basis, it's not that much.
And we are talking about, again, free advice. The number is 407-942-8000. You can see all the attorneys on the phone right now answering questions. And how, Matt, how reluctant or how willing are banks to work with people? For instance, I mean, a lot of times if they're not late on the payment, then you're not going to qualify for the HAMP program, right? Or the HAFA program.
That's true. You can qualify for HAFA, but you may not qualify for the HAMP program. At the end of the day, you need income to be able to keep your house and get a loan modification. But, you know, I often get that question, and my answer is, which bank is it? Which employee within that bank are we dealing with? If you go into foreclosure, which law firm is it that we're dealing with? No two cases are the same,
Gotcha.
so it's very difficult. But overall, banks will work with you if you force them to work with you. They don't oftentimes do it willingly. So sometimes that's why you have to go and get an attorney to help you out with it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, real estate attorney Matt Englert, and we thank your team for coming here again. Let's give you the number. It's going to go through 10 o'clock, 407-942-8000. Again, 407-942-8000. Free advice, everybody, here to take your calls. Thank you so much, Matt. And let's send it over to Amy.
All right, Mike, thanks. Good
deals by, just calling up people.
That's right. And Jackie, if you need an attorney, I've got one right here for you. Right now, though, we're talking foreclosures, and we've been doing this all morning long. We have about 40 minutes left where you can call into our phone bank here. They'll answer your questions. Right now, though, we want to answer a few for you right now on TV. We've got Matt Englert here. Thanks so much for sticking around.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot of questions people have, but I think one of them is, do I have to get to the point where I need an attorney if you're going through the process of a foreclosure or maybe trying to work something out with your bank?
Yeah, if you're not in foreclosure yet, you can call your bank and ask to fill out the application for the HAMP modification, and you can actually go through that process yourself. And oftentimes, if you qualify, they'll put you into the program and you can avoid foreclosure without even having to hire one of these attorneys. But if they tell you you don't qualify, that doesn't necessarily mean that's true.
Okay.
That's when you can come into our office or go to any lawyer who does this type of work. They can do the analysis in their office, and they can tell you whether or not they think you qualify, because sometimes there's a difference of opinion on whether or not you actually qualify for the HAMP program.
Once you go to an attorney, how long does the process take of getting those answers? Because I think that's the biggest concern for a lot of people is they're saying, if I'm going to get kicked out of my house, fine. Whatever's going to happen, they just want to know what the end solution is to it.
And I hear that a lot, and what I try to tell people is, if you're going to go through this process, and sometimes you don't have a choice, you have to be patient. these cases, we used to be able to resolve them in 6 or 8 months. Now it's taken 12, 18, sometimes 24 months, 2 years to resolve these cases.
It's a long time. So we have more questions. We have the phones abuzz here. They literally are ringing off the hook. You can call in right now. We've got the number on your screen. Give them a call right now. They'll try to answer your questions. They're here till 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be back to answer more questions with Matt Englert in just a bit. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Back to you guys.
The foreclosure crisis that's been going on for free.
I am. We are here to help, as Matt Englert says from KEL. If you've got a question, they have the answer. And all morning long, since 6 o'clock this morning, we have been fielding your questions when it comes to foreclosures, because everyone wants that American dream. They want to be a homeowner, but unfortunately, a lot of people can't pay their mortgages, Matt, and so they have to move. So what type of questions are you getting now from our callers?
Well, we get a lot of people who want to modify their mortgage, obviously. So a lot of it is, can I qualify for a loan modification? And some people may. And what we tell people is, feel free, if you're behind on your mortgage, or even if you're current, to call your lender, apply for the HAMP program, and you may qualify for it without having to hire an attorney. If you don't qualify for it, or if they say you don't qualify for it, that's when you need to think about hiring an attorney, because oftentimes you do qualify for it, but there's a disagreement as to why they think you don't and we think you do.
But how long will it take in order for you to find out if you do qualify for that program? How much time are you buying yourself?
What we always tell people is we can apply for it, and within 3 or 4 months, we can get an answer from your lender. If we get the answer we want, then your case could be over with. But oftentimes we don't, and we have to fight with them and go back and forth and back and forth. So really, it takes anywhere from 6 months is the earliest we can resolve a case. But oftentimes now they're taking 12, 18 months to resolve before we can end it.
All right, Matt Englert, he's going to be here along with his staff manning the phones for the next 15 or so minutes until 10 o'clock this morning. So if you have a question for them, they have the answers. The number to call on your screen, 407-942-8000. Free help, just a phone call away. Jim.
Good.